Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Use the microphone that Chrissy's on.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
This one right here.
There we go.
Can you hear me now? Hello. You can hear me now? Okay, perfect. So as I was saying, we're back with you. The first show that we've done since March 13th, and what a difference a couple of weeks makes. So I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get to our first guest that's joining us via, well, this technology that we have. It's fantastic. So Christy Roby-Williams is the Director for Public Health at Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, and she is right there. Christy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Tony?
Good. I wish that we could, sit next to each other and have you here in the Market Grill Express, but it seems like we're both using best practices by the social distancing. Talk about what your life has been like the last couple of weeks, because I imagine we've been really busy out here, and I imagine that your department with public health, everybody must be just working overtime, right?
Yes. It's been a lot of rapid changes that requires rapid responses, changes happening within a few hours to 24 hours to sometimes it feels like 2 minutes. So it's staying on top of the facts that are being released from federal to state to local public health departments, making sure that we're getting information out to the key personnel that need that content. Offering monitoring and surveillance and investigation of any positives that come up in our community. So there's definitely a lot of work going into keeping things organized. We're utilizing our public health emergency preparedness structure and incident command structure to handle everything that's coming at us at once. So yeah, it's been a lot.
And do you feel like one of the biggest challenges has been just getting the correct factual information out to as many people as possible? And Christy, is there a resource that you would recommend folks go to? Because certainly with social media, we're inundated with articles and links and stories, but where would you tell people that are in Muscatine County to go to get the latest information about COVID-19 and everything that's connected to it?
So I always, for those that have talked to me several times, are probably maybe tired of hearing, but I always guide folks to the Iowa Department of Public Health website. So that's idph.iowa.gov.
Okay.
So that is our one true source, because Iowa Department of Public Health is guiding all local health departments, all 99 counties through this process, as well as they receive, it's the chain of command communication from federal to state, and then it comes to us local. So what we receive on there is what the public will receive on the right information. That's also where they're updating all positive test results of COVID-19. My experience has been they were updating those between 5 and 7 p.m. at night. That has changed. It's usually coming out or in the morning sometimes. So, I can't predict when those changes are going to happen, but that would be the one true source folks definitely should go to. Or you can go to the CDC.
Sure.
You'll find when y'all go to the Iowa Department of Public Health, many times they will have guidance and links directly to CDC.
Mm-hmm. So we just kind of had some of the links pulled up for the Iowa Department of Public Health, and it seems like things are changing quickly, but it also, I feel like it's important to point out and I think it was the Attorney General that said it this week that, this week in particular, we're probably going to have a lot more positive cases across the country as they ramp up or increase testing. So it's not that we don't want people to be alarmed, but we want them to just keep practicing social distancing, staying home if they're able to. Christy, I've always been a hand washer, so I feel like you know what I mean? Like I worked with a guy who was a germaphobe for a long time, so I'm constantly washing my hands and hand sanitizer. But yeah, I mean, what's the message as far as, because I imagine another part of your job the last couple of weeks has been people reaching out that maybe feel like they could have the coronavirus, COVID-19, and they want to get tested, but it does seem like that the resources to do the testing, it's limited for now, right? In a perfect world, maybe we're able to set up one of those drive-throughs where you've seen on the news where folks are pulling up and they're getting tested. But for folks in Muscatine County, what do they need to know about, like if they're feeling, if they have some of the symptoms, what should they know and what should they do?
Yeah, so I'm going to pull out my handy dandy fact sheets. You asked lots of great questions there and things I'd like to touch on. One is that resources are limited at this point. The testing, while they've opened up allowability to test and kind of change the workflows of testing, which again, the entire community can go to IDPH and read that and read what the testing requirements are. And who is to be tested, who is not. There is no cure for COVID-19.
Sure.
So our healthcare systems are really trying to best utilize the resources for individuals that are very ill to determine and treat them, to test and treat. So also PPE, which is personal protective equipment, is also very low. So it's trying to balance the whole healthcare infrastructure throughout the United States. You're probably seeing it on the news of that PPE. You'll hear that a lot. That personal protective equipment is limited. Companies are starting to make some, but if you have some, you can donate to the hospital. It has to be unopened PPE. Those are surgical masks, similar to what you have, like when you go into a doctor's office and you'll see a little stand with Germex and the yellow surgical mask.
Sure.
We can take those. Those can be delivered to Trinity Muscatine through the main lobby. They can be dropped off there for the hospital. Also, Public Health is offering to take it as we work collaboratively with our emergency manager as we receive requests for PPE from our entire county. So there's definitely a collaborative approach. I know it's very upsetting and it's kind of hard to understand why they're not testing everybody. But again, most Iowans, 80% of folks that get it are going to have very mild to moderate symptoms. There will not be any distress in trying to breathe. They'll just feel really cruddy. Some people are going to be asymptomatic, which means they won't experience one single symptom, which is why it is so important to social distance, self-isolate, and stay home if you can.
And you said that the asymptomatic, that's the big deal, right? So even for folks and could that, you just kind of touched on it, like that could be somebody that maybe has had a little bit of a cough, maybe they've had low-grade fevers that they've been dealing with. They get 4 to 5 days into it, and they think, oh, it's okay. I can run to the store to get things. But that's really when it's at its peak, right? Like as far as if you're asymptomatic and you go anywhere, that's where we can really see more of the spread happening, right?
Yeah. So asymptomatic really is maybe don't experience anything at all.
Wow.
You could be feeling really great and not even know you have it. They're already feeling mild or have a little cough. And honestly, I would just say asking that you stay home, you stay hydrated, stay away from others. So usually we like to just emphasize that I feel a little icky. I'll go to work. It'll be fine.
Sure.
We're asking Iowans and Muscatine County residents, if you feel a little bit ill, just stay home if you can. Call in, talk to your supervisor, let them know. A lot of companies are creating some just-in-time policy changes in order to handle this unexpected communicable disease. So when in doubt, call your HR department for policy guidance.
I feel like, given the nature of what you do as Director of Public Health, and you have to feel good with respects to, we have so many smart people in this country, Christy. I feel like this coronavirus, COVID-19, just given the intelligent folks that we have in the medical professions and the technology that they have to their advantage, I'm always an optimist, and I feel like we're going to have some type of treatment course or a cure that would lead to a vaccine within 8 to 12 months. Do you have any insight as far as, it seems like, I don't know if it was like University of Nebraska or a neighboring state, they were working on some things. Obviously we have the University of Iowa right down the road, but you have to feel good knowing that there are so many gifted people that are probably working around the clock trying to unlock this COVID-19 mystery so that we can get to a point, whether it is that 8 to 12 months down the road where it's just like, hey, you go to a Hy-Vee pharmacy and it's just like the flu shot, here you go and you're good to go. Has that helped when you talk to people, because you understand that there's such a good effort being made on that side of things? Obviously, we're trying to get people tested and confirm if it's a positive or a negative test and then get them treatment. But on the other side, like all of that work that's being done for some type of cure, I guess, for lack of a better word, that has to feel good, right?
Absolutely. And I'm watching the World Health Organization to CDC to IDPH. There are some brilliant minds that they are definitely bringing together, scientists, doctors, to understand, track the epidemiology of this virus, and to also understand how some sort of vaccine to be created for our community. I don't have a prediction. I've heard on the news what y'all have heard on the news about when they may be, or be coming up with a vaccine, but I definitely have hope. There are our Iowa Department of Public Health, Dr. Padati, Dr. Ann Garvey, they're leading our state, and I work with them closely, directly, and they are highly intelligent individuals who are guiding us in the right direction. They're guiding our government in the right direction.
And I think what's kind of getting lost in this whole thing is that, for folks like yourself that are on the front line with this, and oddly, like working at Hy-Vee is also in the front line now, like we would rather it just be a boring march, right? You know what I mean? Like I wish the only thing we had to worry about was kids getting reacclimated after spring break, and how's your bracket doing with March Madness? I mean, this isn't something that anybody is really like, I'm so happy that this is going on, but you can only be so prepared, and I think if anything, we'll learn so much from this, as we get away from it. And I think that's just it. Like I feel like for a lot of people, they're not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel, and again, that's where I try to really dig into my optimism and know that we're going to get past this. But I just wonder, like, what the takeaways will be for folks in your profession. I mean, it seems like this has really been an eye-opening experience at a federal, state, and local level. And for me, I figured we would have positive cases in Muscatine County. And when you hear about that, I mean, as an empathetic person, I feel bad for those folks that are dealing with it. But just talk about that. How do you think this will help shift things in the healthcare profession locally and maybe at the state level? I mean, obviously, maybe if it's just allocating more dollars or more resources, what do you think?
That is a great question, and I definitely know after any disaster or emergency response, there's always after-action reporting that occurs, and it's assessment of what went well, what did not go well, and there's definitely going to be things that we learned. And I will say there's already rapid changes happening to meet this pandemic. And that specifically, an example of that is telehealth. So CMS, Centers for Medicare, Medicaid, have allowed some services now to be done via telephone, via what we're doing right now and reimbursing it. In the past, some of this work was not reimbursed through those insurance payers, and that was something that's, it's especially for like our county and other counties that surround us, that matters for rural health equity. And so some of those changes have happened already, and we're allowed to deliver care to some of our patients virtually that we weren't able to before.
And that's what's so tough, like, again, for folks that are dealing with just, wanting to go get a physical, or that just, just need to, right. I mean, it's just such a weird thing. Because everybody has to be so precautious. So, and I don't even know the answer to this, so I'm going to ask, because I haven't had to, had to express care or the hospital. So how are things operating locally with respects to Unity Point Health? I mean, it seems like I know certainly some of my kids' appointments have been shifted, and it makes sense, obviously. But what do folks need to know as far as, if they're feeling under the weather, and they would usually just get in their car and go to express care, or they'd reach out to their primary care provider? How has this changed that in the short term?
Yeah, so the hospital has definitely, just like public health, we've determined what services that we're delivering are essential. Stop services that are not essential. Elective surgeries, preventative well child visits, for example, and we're meeting the needs for sick care at this time.
Sure.
The hospital has created they have incident command meetings daily, Sunday through Saturday, 7 days a week, and they're constantly talking about process changes that need to be implemented and how to best meet the needs of community patients. I would say that if you have well visits, as you said, your provider maybe called you and Casey and said, hey, let's reschedule these. Don't bring the kids in right now. If you have like an adult well visit with your doctor, just a checkup to see how your blood panel is, and if your cholesterol is better or worse, I would call your provider and get that rescheduled.
Sure.
Please just reschedule those. They are trying to create separation of timeframes of when they serve well folks and when they're serving sick folks, to keep the separation. But for yourself, I would certainly encourage, if you have any questions, call your provider first and ask them, do I need to come in for this appointment, or can I schedule it out to June?
Sure.
Can we schedule it out in May, some other time other than right now, to keep yourself home and keep yourself self-isolated?
I'll let you go in a couple minutes, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask how closely you guys have been working with folks like Superintendent Dr. Jerry Reby and the Muscatine Community School District. Obviously, they've pushed out, I think their target return date is April 14th. And I think parents everywhere are optimistic that gets to happen. But how much communication has been going on? Certainly, the time between when they announced that school would be, closed for those 4 weeks following the governor's guidelines. We've had those positive cases in Muscatine County. Are you in contact with them often? I imagine they're using your, Department of Public Health as a great resource to make some of those decisions, right?
Yes, definitely great partnerships. I mean, I've been in contact with many, many leaders throughout our county, all of our superintendents. Sure. I have an email communication with Chamber of Commerce, with our mayors all throughout the county. We just opened our Emergency Operations Center virtually last week, and we'll continue that. That's all of our mayors and our emergency manager, county administration, and that may grow with the required representation. So sure. Definitely lots of guidance. We're guiding back to IDPH. We're finding the details in the information that's being posted, or if it's not there, we're then calling on our help chain, the subject matter experts at the Iowa Department of Public Health, to help guide through those questions.
Sure. I think something interesting that you said, and that I have seen elsewhere, is, again, just coming back to the overarching theme for folks to just stay home as much as possible, wash your hands, clean surfaces. It's almost, Christy, as if we just need to act or behave like we have it. And I know that that's a tough thing, even just to say that, and for people to hear that. I don't want them to panic, but I just think, wouldn't it be great if Muscatine as a county could say, wow, we did such a good job staying home, social distancing, washing our hands, that the cases locally didn't spread as much. But I think that's maybe the way to do it, is just to have folks think about it as if you have it and maybe you just don't know. How would you go about your daily life? And I think what's tough is that nobody likes being told what to do. You know what I mean? Certainly we deal with that from the ages when we're born till we're really 17 and a half, and then we think we know best. But really, I mean, I nobody wants this to go on any longer than it has to, right? I mean, that's we want to be able to get back to business and life as usual, right?
Yeah. Do you want a job at Iowa Department of Public Health or Trinity Muscatine? Because you are a good spokesperson. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, if we think of what's been posted, go to the Iowa Department of Public Health, and you can see per county how many positives have been posted. If we switch the framework and thought, 3 people are well, and the rest of the county residents aren't, just thinking of that frame of mind of stay home if you can. If we can stop the spread, that's the ideal state. I would say the hand washing, the self-isolating, cleaning services, covering your cough, all of those precautionary things matter all of the time, not just during a crisis. If we could get that precautionary action all the time, that would be the best scenario. We'd have many less communicable disease and influenzas and other viruses that are spread in our county. Yeah. And the other thing I would encourage folks to do is, it's really hard. So I can empathize with every single person. I have my own family. Sure. I was born in this county. I was born and raised in this county. It's scary. Yeah. It's difficult to navigate, and it's new to all of us. Mm-hmm. Keep the panic as limited as possible. There's some great tip sheets, again, on the Iowa Department of Public Health. Mm-hmm. Contact a mental health provider if you want to talk to somebody, because they're offering some virtual care as well. Mm-hmm. Know that the resources in our grocery stores, such as Hy-Vee, you're getting shipments. Stores are getting shipments on a weekly basis. So please reduce the amount of stockpiling, if you will. Mm-hmm. Please be mindful that there are many folks that live sometimes day to day with resources that they have. Sure. And so it's super important that you get the items that you need for the week or 2 weeks, and then you'll have to go back and restock those. And if you have an elder person or an individual in your life that has a compromised immune system, reach out to them. It might be your neighbor. Yeah. It might be a neighbor 2 doors down. Please offer to help get things for them. Yep. And offer to run to the store for them. I think we can really benefit from all flexing some empathy. Yes. And I've always been optimistic, empathetic. And sometimes optimism, people say that you're not realistic or you're just ignoring what's happening. And I disagree with that. I think I can understand everything that's happening, and this thing totally, this COVID-19 coming to town and it being a big deal. But I just know, again, that we have smart people that are working on it, folks at home watching, keep practicing that social distancing. Yeah. Everybody should watch that new tiger documentary on Netflix. I've heard, I haven't seen it yet. We've never had more content, so I don't know why anybody's complaining. You got 1,700 you can watch every Disney movie ever. But I just hope, again, that when we get past this, that we're able to have the perspective and learn lessons. And I love what you said about, wash those hands. And to your point, we came out of a pretty rough influenza season, and a lot of that can be alleviated by, getting that flu shot, but just best practices. So I hate that we have to learn a lesson through something like this pandemic, but I really think it'll teach us so much in, hopefully a couple of months or so.
My boss, Matt Schweitzer on Facebook, said that I'm not for hire, so please don't try and steal me for the Iowa department. But I do feel like, well, I feel like for people, like myself that have the luxury of this outlet to be creative and to have folks like yourself on, it's the right thing to do. And I didn't know if we were going to continue this show for this week, and I'm so glad that you agreed to do this, because I think people need to know where to get the facts. Sometimes it can be good to just, turn your phone off or just close all those social feeds, and know that you can go to the Iowa Department of Public Health, and that we've got great people like yourself working on this. Because I think you're right. If we can reduce that panic, it'll just make everything. Last night I was grilling on my deck, and it just felt like a normal Monday. Like it just felt like. And that's the thing. I feel like people hear social distancing and staying at home. Like you can walk around your neighborhood, you can grill on your deck. You don't have to be confined to the house. But somehow that's gotten lost, hasn't it?
Yes, definitely. And we still want you going out for a walk. We want you breathing in the fresh air.
Yeah.
And self-care, and it's a healthy action, healthy habit. So most definitely. I would like to give a shout out to, there's a ton of shout outs. I appreciate Hy-Vee's partnership, and thank you for the opportunity to come on here. But my biggest shout out goes to our public health department and the Iowa Department of Public Health, and our hospital, as they are the local infrastructure and all of the healthcare, I would say, clinics throughout our county. They are helping understand this disease, helping take care of their patients. We're trying to get information out. Our public health department rocks. I think you know that. You've met lots of great of our team members on your show and different community events. The other I would like to give, the Iowa Department of Public Health has instead of 911, it's a 211 number. And so we want folks to call that 211 number. That is the state's emergency call center for COVID-19 facts. So, if you have questions, it may be a wait. They may ask you to leave a message. They're getting thousands and thousands of calls daily, and they've put people into place to help answer those. But please call 211. You can certainly call our public health department for guidance. We will always pull out our one true source, which is Iowa Department of Public Health references, to help guide folks through that.
Well, I think that this is just a great opportunity for folks to, understand, like I said, the folks that are working every day on this. And I'm so thankful that you took the time to be with us amidst everything that's going on. I didn't even know about that 211 resource, so that's excellent information to have. I just hope that for people that are watching, whether they've been with us live or if they're catching this at some point during the week, that they just will continue to seek the real information and know that the resources are there and the right people are in place. And to come back to what you said, I think now more than ever, we're understanding how important it is for Muscatine County to have Unity Point Health and public health and all of the services that y'all offer. I mean, there's never been more of a time where we can say we need this community health system now more than ever, right? So there's been a sign, this whole time been a sign by Chris, and I think there's Dwayne just.
We did. So there's some guidance to the public. No gather.
But I just hope that, I've always been respects to healthcare. Kids go to Sandy Spur, and I've had, from a colonoscopy done locally to kids being born here and everything in between. But I just hope that resonates with people, that I don't ever want to think about a Muscatine without a Unity Point Health and Trinity Muscatine Public Health here, because it just doesn't make sense to have folks have to travel for their basic healthcare needs. And that's just something that I'll continue to champion. I don't ever want to have to drive 45 minutes to go see a doctor, right? I mean, that's not something I want to do. Listen, I want to thank you for your time. I'm sure your day is going to be a lot busier than mine. So,
Heading on to my 9 o'clock meeting right now. So
perfect. All right. Well, we'll let you get out of here. Christy Roby Williams, Director of Public Health. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you, Chad.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Christy.
All right. So there you go. That's the boss, right? So Christy Roby Williams, Director of Public Health with Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine. What an awesome resource she is. I've known Christy, I've coming up on 8 years having been in Muscatine, and I've known Christy for the majority of the time that I've been here. And I think she's right. I think, you look for the information. It's overwhelming. I mean, if you are the type of person that deals with anxiety, this is a tough time. I mean, I've never really had anxiety, but I can empathize with people that do, because especially if you're just finding yourself scrolling on your phone, I implore you to just put it down. Just put it down, because how many different stories have you heard connected to this COVID-19, and whether they're legitimate or not? I mean, it can be a lot to try and process. So I thank Christy for her time and everything that she's doing with public health. And like I said, I didn't know if we were going to pick up the show this week, and it seems like we'll be here today on Tuesday, and then we'll maybe get a show in on Friday. If anything, this Friday, March 27th, is my son Henry's 8th birthday, so maybe it's just the Henry Tone birthday show. Perfect. Hey, aisle cam. No, that's good. This is good. Listen, just like Christy was saying, and I've been trying to reiterate, Muscatine Hy-Vee, we're here, guys and girls. We're not going anywhere. Even if worst case scenario with this thing, this business, I got the best job security in the world right now. If you look at it that way, we are an essential business. We will be here so that you can come in and get what you need. Look at that shot of the produce department. It just feels like a normal Tuesday, doesn't it? You look at that shot right now, there's not thousands of people tripping over themselves to get those lemons, although Brad and Chris and Chad, they're probably going to go fight over the asparagus after the show. I mean, we haven't had any of that. Nobody's gotten into it. And I think that really harkens back to the Iowa nice. And whether you think that that's just a bunch of bull, I believe in it. I think Iowans by nature are very nice people. We're responsible. And that's why you hear a Governor Kim Reynolds, who's been on the show, by the way, a Governor Kim Reynolds who's tried to tell people, listen, I don't want to do the shelter in place. I want to trust that you're going to do the right thing so that we don't have to step in. And isn't that right? I mean, we all want to be able to do our thing, and the government doesn't want to have to tell you what to do. They just want you to understand, if you have to go to work like I do, go to work, then go home and hang out with the family, right? There's not much else to do. You go outside when the weather's cooperating. Like I said, I was grilling on the deck last night. Kids were playing in the driveway. I love this group on Facebook that families have been painting, like little chalk rainbows. I don't even know what the name of it is. But we're trying to encourage for folks that are going on the walk. There's kids and stuff for my driveway. Yeah, gosh, my wife tagged me on that last night. There's just a lot of stress, and I understand. And certainly in school, as a parent, we want school to be able to resume. I don't think anybody wants to think about, the school year having to be canceled, because that's just really tough, right? What are you gonna do? I don't even want to think about it if they cancel school. And then, yeah, like little things like change your Facebook profile to reflect, things like just stay at home. Grilling on the deck last night. It was fantastic, and it just felt like a Monday, right? It just felt like, business as usual, life as usual, and that's all we want to get back to. Nobody's excited about this thing that we're dealing with. It's if anything, it's just it's a really trying time. I'm gonna see if I can find. Maybe my wife didn't post that picture. I thought she did. Anyways, All right, so I'm going to tell you a couple of things, and then we're going to get out of here for today. So again, I want to thank Christy Roby-Williams, Director of Public Health with Trinity Muscatine and Unity Point Health Muscatine. So the temporary store hours here at Hy-Vee. So for now, until we tell you otherwise, the store hours have changed. This happened last week. So your Muscatine Hy-Vee is open Monday through Sunday from 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. for folks that are 60 years and older, expectant mothers, you can see it on the screen right there, and those who consider themselves high at risk. Somebody just sent me a text that said we're not live on cable right now. We'll be on cable tonight probably, so just please tune in at 7:30 or 10:30. In the meanwhile, check out all the open houses with RE/MAX. You could buy a house from your house. That's pretty cool. So this is the store temporary hours at Hy-Vee, 7 to 8, Monday through Sunday. You're 60 years or older, expectant mothers, those who consider themselves high at risk, and then Chad, you scroll down, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for everybody else. Okay, the pharmacy is open at 7 a.m. Has it been busy from 7 to 8 a.m.? Absolutely, absolutely. I was trying to encourage my mom, you know, to do her shopping between 7 and 8, and she said, well, I'm not over 60, and I was like, Mom, it's okay. It's okay. And certainly I would never talk to my mom about how old she is, but if you know anybody that's looking to get the bare necessities, the groceries, because that's just it, you know, to Christy's point, Director of Public Health, we're not closing. I don't want you to feel like you've got to come into the store and get, you know, 16 carts of stuff. Now, you know, for the bottom line, sure, by all means, but for the sake of just getting what you need, treat it like business as usual. You know, even if you're hanging out at the house more, you hit the grocery store once a week, you come to Hy-Vee, you get your stuff, we get you out of here. If anything, we've added more help. Or maybe you shop online. So just keep that in mind with the hours. I wanted to roll a little bit of this Helpful Smile Strong video. Maybe you've seen it on TV or on social media. Hy-Vee put this together with the hashtag Helpful Smiles Strong, and certainly Christy pointed out that our healthcare professionals, our first responders are at the front line, and then places like Hy-Vee, you know, we're taking care of folks every day. So I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the 300 plus employees of this store, some of which have not taken a day off. They've been working nonstop to meet the need for folks. So the Helpful Smile Strong video is pretty cool. I think it has some audio, so I'll stop talking, we'll roll some of this. Check this out. Oh no, it's a Mayhem at Hy-Vee video. Oh no, we don't want that one.
Yeah, no, it's going on.
We don't want that one.
Oh,
Let's close that one. There we go. All right, we'll come back. Like I said, even though the store hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., what you're not seeing are the truck, and the trucks are still coming in, by the way. The trucks are showing up to the store, and I think last week in one day, you know, we unpacked like 50 pallets of product, and I never thought I would stock the shelf. I do know how to do that now. I never thought I'd work in the meat department. I know how to do that now. I've been really trying to, you know, in the bakery, wherever they need me, let's all get in this together and help each other out. So I think that's been the attitude of this entire store, and certainly our company has been trying to just be there for everything that you need. Do we have the Helpful Smile Strong video? If not, it's okay. Okay, so we're gonna roll this a little bit for you. Check this out, and then we'll just say a couple more things and get out of here.
For our customers. And while our country is experiencing challenging times, we believe we can get through this together. We are doing everything in our power to get you everything you need. Because of the unprecedented demand, there may be some items in this week's ad that you may not be able to find in our stores. We appreciate your patience and support as we work to get more supply. We also realize that now, more than ever, you need to save money. That's why you can count on us to still bring you hot deals and low prices, and you'll find those on Hy-Vee's social media pages and HyVeeDeals.com. And finally, to create a better working and shopping environment, we are shortening our store hours and will be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., allowing us time to restock shelves and provide a clean, sanitized store. Our more than 80,000 helpful smiles are here, working tirelessly for you.
And I appreciate the company putting that together. And I just wrote something down on my paper. I said, I wrote truck drivers. So the trucks are running.
Words cannot honestly
They're
express.
coming
It's very
from
surreal.
across the state near the Des
Very
Moines area. A
surreal
lot
is
of the
what the store
warehouse and
manager
distribution
of the
centers
brand
for Hy-Vee coming to Muscatine, Iowa. They're not autonomous, right? They're not like, robot-driven trucks. These are guys and gals that are hitting the road every day. So shout out to anybody that is driving a truck, in addition to all the other people I mentioned. And we've got some, I wish I could think of the one guy's name. He's got great hair, and I've seen him here a lot. One of the truck drivers for Hy-Vee. He's fantastic. Nicest guy ever. So shout out to the truck drivers. What would we be without them, right? You don't even want to think about it. So the trucks are still coming in. Our team is working around the clock to get this store as ready as possible for you each and every day. And I really just want you to hear me when I tell you that we're not going to close ever, okay? We're here for you. We're going to be open. Get what you need. And then you talk about the helpful smiles. And of course, the one day I'm not here last week, I missed the picture. So I'm not in that picture. I almost had our graphic designer Photoshop me in, and I didn't. I was this close to getting, this was a week ago today this picture was taken. I was at home. I could have had her Photoshop me in. It would almost been kind of funny to see if people would notice, like if I was Photoshopped in. But those helpful smiles have been here. Like I said, a lot of them are working, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15-hour days. Look at Delmer. Oh, we got Delmer. We got Jose. I see Chase and Shane and Nancy and Kay and Mike and Sherry and Dee and Teresa and Jackie and Toby and Matt and Levi and Irv and Bailey and Abby and Boney and Kim and Robin, Kendra, Susan, Beimer. Look at Beimer. Beimer's growing a goatee. Randy Beimer in the green tie. Jay, Jody, Dixie. Look at Beimer. Real good. It's so weird being in here. I feel like we could be as loud as possible because there's nobody in the restaurant. The restaurant's technically closed, but we can do the show in here. So that's a good looking. Yeah. So Chad, let's go back to that for a second. We'll scroll down. So we do, and shout out to Denny. Sure, we miss you, Denny, who's watching on Facebook right now. Hope you're doing well, pal. This is on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper this week. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're just saying thank you. And I love what Matt wrote. To all loyal customers, wanted to take a quick moment to thank you for your loyalty and patience during this time. All of us at your Muscatine Hy-Vee are so proud to be a part of your lives, and we do not take for granted that you've put your trust in us. We're your friends and neighbors. Your smiles make it all worth it. We will continue to serve you at the highest level. If there's ever anything we can do, please don't hesitate to contact Matt. How about Matt Schweitzer? Supposed to be on vacation last week. Supposed to be on vacation. Cancels his vacay. Back in here last month. What a good guy. And I'm not just saying that because he's my boss. He has worked. I don't even think he's taken a day off. So shout out to Matt Schweitzer. It's really been incredible. I spent 11 and a half years in radio. I worked at Hahn for 6 months. I've been here for 2 years. It'll be 3 years in December. I have never seen this place come together more. Because what else are you going to do when you're that busy? What are you going to do? You have to help each other out, right? You have to jump in and do things you never thought you would have to, and that's okay. Do we show everybody how empty it is in here really quick, and then I want to go back to that newspaper ad. So again, we're inside the Market Grill Express. Right now it's 9:16 in the morning. Ain't nobody in here. And if anything, we can't even get out because there's a giant wall of Busch Light out there. So the dining area is closed, obviously, with everything going on. You can still get all your favorite Hy-Vee food to go, and I'll get to some of these deals in this other ad. But I know, like today, my guy Boney, Hy-Vee kitchen manager, he's doing full racks of ribs for $9.99. I think he's running those for the rest of the week. The smoker was rocking this morning. You could almost smell it and hear a little bit. And yeah, so all your favorites, Hy-Vee Chinese and the kitchen, the Market Grill Express, you could order from the Market Grill Express app. You could pull up into a spot right out there and they'll bring it out to you. Same thing with Starbucks, by the way. You want to get your favorite Starbucks drink, but you don't want to come in. You call it in and they'll bring it out to your car. So we're really trying our best to take care of everybody. And again, it's very quiet in here. I really miss the usual suspects, some of our retired breakfast crowds. So shout out to that crew. We miss you. And there you go, Starbucks open for business, taking care of people, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 262-2992. If you don't want to come in, they can deliver it right outside to your vehicle. That's great. All right, let's go back to that ad for a second. So on the back page of Discover Muscatine newspaper, we're just saying thank you, and then we're reminding you about the pharmacy. So certainly folks are still needing their prescriptions, and they want to keep, feeling better. And the pharmacy has some temporary hours as well. And they want you to know that they also have free in-town delivery and, of course, the drive-through. So the pharmacy, as of now, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Keep in mind, again, the 7 to 8 a.m. hour for those customers that are over 60, expectant mothers, folks with, that consider themselves at risk or immunocompromised. And the pharmacy team will get you all taken care of. That is for sure. So please see them. Now, that's not to say if you wanted to pick up a script at 7:30 in the drive-through, and you're not over 60, like me, I'm 36, can I get a script at 7:30 in the morning? Sure, because I'm not coming into the store. Hit the drive-through, get your script, you're all good to go. All right, I feel like I've mentioned everything that I want to. I will tell you that the New Beginnings, so many things have been rescheduled and canceled, and the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelters New Beginnings fundraiser is one of them. So we were supposed to get together on April 4th, and that has been rescheduled. And I think the tentative date as of right now, is it May 1st or June 1st? I think it's June 1st, because I think May 1st was a Friday. Hold on, let me look at my calendar. The date is... the 10th. I'm just totally wrong. I don't remember. I had it in my phone because I had something else going on that same day, which I was disappointed in. Anyways, they rescheduled it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Maybe it's on the website. Chad's going to it right now. We'll see if they have it updated. But yeah, so the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelters. Yeah, I think they have the date picked out. Maybe it's just had. So maybe they're going to call and say, "Hey, knucklehead." No, you know what it is? It's August, Saturday, August. Tentative new date until they announce it. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that. But anyways, I'll say this: if you were planning on attending, please, your tickets will be good for the new date when it is officially announced, and that's great. The one thing I want to show, and I have it in my hand, and I think we have this digitally as well. So this is what the Hy-Vee ad is going to look like for this week, and this is it. I know what you're thinking. Usually the Hy-Vee ad that's inside that Discover Muscatine newspaper is 12 to 20 pages long. Tony, you're saying the ad is just one sheet? Yes, it is. This is it. This is it right here, right? So again, we're trying our best. It says right on the top, we're working closely with our suppliers to find the best price on items you need every day and pass on these savings. Due to a shift in product availability, we need to change the way we're highlighting the deals we have for you. For the time being, instead of a print ad, you can now find our most up-to-date deals right here on this flyer, along with on Hy-Vee social media support and understanding. So just keep that in mind. What you can see on the screen, those are the ad items. So from red seedless grapes to jumbo Honeycrisp apples and peanut butter and Frito-Lays. Buckley Farms frozen chicken breasts, very good, by the way. I bought some of those the other day. They were not that priced, so I should have waited. I paid more than that, but that's okay. What else is on there? The Jimmy Dean bacon, Hy-Vee sliced cheese, Bar S hot dogs, Hormel marinated pork loin, tenderloin, culinary cuts or culinary pairings. And then at the bottom, $19.99 dinner for four. Hello, look at that. Pizza, Hy-Vee Chinese, and some lasagna. I love it. 2 family size, take and bake. This is great. I had a thought, and you guys can tell me, is Brad's camera mobile? Like, could it go outside?
Yeah.
You think so? I just was wondering, maybe we just pop out the door and just point the camera at the smoke. Oh, this door is locked? Oh, it's armed? Okay, that's fine. That's all right, no worries. You know what? Can you grab Boney? Chris is gonna grab Boney. I see him. I just want him to talk about these ribs for a second, because he's doing racks of ribs for $9.99. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to get put on the spot like this, but that's okay. It's my show, darn it. And I'm gonna talk to him about some ribs. There's a live shot outside in the parking lot, 9:22 in the morning. We're doing this on Tuesday, March 24th. I just wanted to grab Boney for a second just to ask him. He's doing full racks of ribs. So not just today on Tuesday. You're gonna have when are you gonna have racks of ribs for $9.99?
It's gonna be starting today till the end of Friday.
Okay.
It'll be $9.99. Then I have tenderloin Tuesdays today. It's $5. Just the sandwiches, or with 2 sides, it's the $3.99 with just a sandwich. $5 just with the 2 sides.
That is absolutely fantastic. So full rack of ribs for $9.99. Tenderloin Tuesday still going on. I saw you loading ribs into the smoker this morning. It smelled so good.
And then I'm out there grilling.
Okay.
So my menu for out there, guys, is the hot dogs with chips. It's $2.99.
Okay.
The beer brats and chips are $3.99.
Awesome.
Hot dogs and chips are $4.99. I got the water and I got the pop out there.
So when you say out there, you mean in the back of the lot, you're going to be grilling so people could just pull up and grab lunch?
They're drive-through, basically. Drive-through, walk in. I'll be out there with my people to feed everybody out there. Willing to do anything we want.
So this is Hy-Vee Kitchen Manager Boney Alamoski. Again, full rack of ribs today through Friday, which is the 27th for $9.99.
Yes, sir.
And then I forgot about Tenderloin Tuesday. Did you see me perk up? I was like, oh man, those tenderloins are so good.
You can have it grilled or breaded. $3.99 just for the sandwich. $5 for with the 2 sides.
That is absolutely fantastic. All right, so the smoker smelled really good this morning.
Started this morning, bright and early this morning at 6:30. I started. We take them out and put another set on right now.
Awesome. You're taking ribs out right now?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll get done with the show and we'll go do a little picture and video.
Well, let's go live. Let's go show everybody how those ribs look like.
Well, I mean, are you literally going right now to get them?
Maybe 5 more minutes after check the times.
Okay. Well, if you want to check them and if any of them are ready, I can drag out the show for 5 more minutes. You want to do that? Okay. All right. We'll do that. There you go.
I'll be back.
I keep talking. That's no problem for me. Oh, Chris could take the aisle cam towards the smoker. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, try it out. Why not? Hey, listen, it's a whole new world out there, right? Nobody has to say that we have to just leave the aisle cam in place. If anything, Chris could be the mobile Toyota Muscatine car cam. I want to mention, because we would normally do this on the show, today is March 24th. I was just checking Facebook to see if I missed any comments. March 24th is National American Diabetes Association Alert Day. So certainly diabetes affects a lot of people, both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And just a couple of, I don't even really know what this stuff is because I don't deal with diabetes, but I know a lot of people that are diabetic, and I know that the technology has helped them immensely. So today is National American Diabetes Association Alert Day. March 24th is also National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. We've got some chocolate covered raisins here on the set. These look very good. So these are Hy-Vee milk chocolate raisins, and you should not look at the nutrition label. I'm looking, yeah, there's just a little bit of sugar in here. Ooh, nobody said chocolate covered raisins were supposed to be healthy, right? Nobody has ever gone on the record of saying, here's what you do. You just don't look at the label. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're fine. And then today, March 24th, also National Cheesesteak Day. Cheesesteak Day. So that's very exciting. Check that out. So that's pretty cool. All right. So there you go. I don't want to not mention that kind of stuff. So again, we're doing the show today, Tuesday, March 24th, and then probably back with you on Friday. If you missed our conversation with Christy Roby Williams, who is the Director of Public Health at Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, And we talked, of course, about the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and went straight to the source of local information. That would be Christy Roby Williams. I would encourage you to rewatch that. Here we go. We're going outside?
Yeah, well, I think so. We'll wait and see.
Perfect. I love it.
Back around here.
Excellent. So we got our man Brad, who aisle cam. Is that moving around out there? That's all right. So again, we're doing the show in slows, obviously, but if anything, everybody that's shown here, that's exciting. So we're sending Brad. So again, we're doing the Hy-Vee Today show. This is Tony Tone. If you've been watching live, I appreciate you being with us. And of course, this show will re-air on cable at 7:30 and 10:30 tonight. I love it. I think, there we go. Look at that. We're outside, everybody. Brad is braving the elements. He's getting some fresh air.
Is that out there?
That is out there. Yeah, I can see it out there. That looks good.
No, I mean, is the
Oh, the smoker? Yeah, the smoker is out there. Yeah. So Brad's, there he goes. He's going to the smoker. He's good. Brad's heading towards the front of the store.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
That's excellent. I like how good it looks. We got the lot painted. Look at the paint in the lot. Doesn't it look good? All right, so very good. And we're gonna give it just a couple of more moments to see if any of Boney's ribs were ready. If not, just check back on the Facebook page and Instagram, and we'll get you taken care of. All right, so listen, what can I tell you? Keep hanging out at the house, the condo, the apartment. You're doing the right thing. If you feel like you're getting a little, you're getting a little cabin fever, go for a walk, get outside, take a stroll, right? Call your friends, text your friends. You're not alone. Yourself, certainly not going through this. Everybody's impacted by this. But it's the best. Again, I'm not an expert, but I certainly understand the theory behind flattening the curve. And if we all can kind of do our part, let's just get this over with. That's how I feel, right? I don't want to have to keep talking about this. I don't want this to be something that drags out for a more, longer period of time or months on end because we failed to do something as easy as just hang out at home. I mean, we just talked to the Director of Public Health with Facebook Messenger, right? Think about that. I mean, I have most of my family is in Chicago, but with one press of FaceTime, I'm looking at my dad, right, and my sister and my brothers. I mean, they're all easily accessible with the use of that technology. So please just know that you're not alone and everything that's going on. Aware of that. So, all right. With that being said, we'll be back on Friday. You have Boney on video?
He's on the play right now.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So Chris filmed a video, and he's sending a video of Boney taking some stuff off the smoker, maybe. Awesome. Okay. That's good thinking, Chris Anderson. Local artiste. I should have had Chris come over and do my driveway. I could have had the best looking driveway. Maybe that's what you do. If you're looking at your driveway and your kids are doing the chalk and you're like, I don't know about that. You could commission local artist Chris Anderson. He could come to your house and your neighbors will be like, I didn't know they had that kind of. Chris doesn't even have to take the credit. You just give him a little bit of walking around money and he'll do it up real nice, right?
I love sidewalk.
He loves sidewalk chalk. I should have done that. My neighbors would have been like, who is the artist in that house? I'd have been like, hey, it's my guy Chris Anderson, the guy that's painted all those amazing murals. Go look at Chris's work, right? Go look at Chris's work. That is not a bad idea. Are you sending it on Messenger?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If not, it's not a big deal. Listen, I appreciate a shout out to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Lutheran Living Senior Campus. The folks at Lutheran Living Senior Campus, having to kind of close things down, their facility, everybody. And I think it's great that for family members of folks that they've been going to places like Lutheran Living and, waving from the outside. So we give a shout out to everybody in that type of work as well during these trying times. So listen, we'll be back with you on Friday, March 27th. I don't know who the guest will be. Maybe it'll just be me sitting here with Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer. If I look through my Rolodex, because again, with the technology that we have, we could FaceTime anybody, you know? We could FaceTime Webster, right? What, is Webster a squirrel?
Yeah.
Okay. A real squirrel? I don't think we should bring Webster into the store,
No.
but we have had a bird in the store before. Oh boy, and that feral cat. What's been interesting with all of this, you know, obviously the folks in Italy, and I have family in Italy. A lot of family over there. Wild to think about it. You know, they've said that the water in the canals has never been more clear, and like Steve works here said there was a fox, and you know, in addition to like pollution coming down like wild. So yeah, please take care of yourself, and remember that your business, we're ready to take care of you. If you've come in here over the last 2 weeks, thank you for your business, and please again continue to be patient, all of my coworkers, and kind with all, because they're still running difficult times. I told you, as soon as the trucks hit the dock here at the store, it's kind of trying to get everything restocked. How about the night stock crew here at the store, the folks that are working overnight, round the clock? Shout out to night stock. Hy-Vee and his team, Dave and Will and Doug and everybody. Everybody in this store is worthy of recognition for the efforts that they've made to get you taken care of. Good time to fill up on gas. What's the price of gas out there, Brad? I don't know if it's ever been cheaper. I think the cheapest in my lifetime, maybe when I was 6, I paid $90 a gallon. I paid $1.48 yesterday from Matt Schweitzer. Went out to that gas station and they were absolutely wild. $1.48. I only got like 8 gallons of gas. It cost me like $10. It was absolutely wild. So, anyways, just please know that we're going to be here. Don't feel like you got to rush in. Take your time. You can shop just like you normally would, and we appreciate it. You got what?
Oh, he just got the video.
Oh, you got the video. Okay. Got the Boney video. Perfect. So maybe we'll show you Boney taking some ribs off. Full slab of ribs for $9.99. I'm in. That's lunch and dinner for me. I'm doing that. Although I did grill last night. I don't want to cook today. Can I play it and hold it up? Zoom in on it? Go full screen on your phone? Why not? There you go. Let's see here. There you go.
Going through into Friday. $9.99. Check your suckers out right here.
Boney got the ribs.
I'll have them right here in the fast food in the warmer.
Here, I'm going to restart.
Right now, $9.99 full slab of ribs. Today, and then going through into Friday. $9.99. Check your suckers out right here. I'll have them right here in the pass-through in the warmer as soon as you come in by the floor. I'll even sell them out in the front where I'm selling my hot dogs, my brats. $5 just for the 5 pints are $10.99, guys. Some meals for ready to go. $9.99 full slab of ribs, guys. We'll have them every day until Friday. To the end of Friday.
That Boney, he's always got a lot to say. Sometimes he acts like he doesn't have anything to say. And when he was saying roto, he means rotisserie chicken. Will you send me that video, Chris, to my Facebook too? I appreciate it. Hey, if you were live with us, or if you joined us on cable, thinking about all of you. Take care of yourself. We're going to get through this. You know, I don't know when. One of those things that hopefully, you know, my grandkids. Right. I never thought that I would live. First of all, I mean, you know, I got through. I was in high school. When Columbine happened, that was a weird experience, going to a big high school, and then I was also in high school when 9/11, September 11th happened. But something like this, I didn't think I would live through, and it's weird. It's going to be weird to have this story, this experience to tell. By the way, so check this guy out. We were just looking at your video. Look at that. You're saying that this, wow, this right here until starting today, Friday, Tuesday, the rack of ribs for $9.99.
Yes, sir. Full rack of ribs. I'll have them every day, guys. $9.99. Fresh right out of the smoker.
They smell absolutely fantastic. Look at how good that looks. And is it, what do you got? Just a dry rub on there?
It's just a dry rub. We're going to put some with the barbecue sauce, some with no sauce. So people that don't like the sauce, you can get them dry.
Man, I tell you what, that is absolutely fantastic. So Boney and the crew in the kitchen got it going on with, again, these good-looking full rack of ribs. Man, it smells so good. $9.99 for a full rack of ribs. Come see this guy. All right, this show will be back on Friday. Look at the price of gas, $1.83. Holy smokes. I was just saying, do you remember the cheapest price? Because we're kind of the same age. I mean, I know I'm older than you. But I was saying, I think the cheapest price of gas I remember paying was like $1.90 or something. Or what would you say, $1.29?
I think it was $1.29 one in the 06, 04 area. I don't remember. I'm not that old, though. You're older than I am.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. I understand. I'm not that. How much older am I than you?
I'm only 31. How old are you?
Okay, get out of here. I'm 36.
I'm bald. I'm bald. You look at that hair. You have a nice set of hair. I don't.
I'm going to have this hair forever. My hairline might change, but... Oh, Boney Alamoski, that guy. He is a rascal. I'm 36. Ugh, what do you do when you're 36? I don't know. And my birthday, listen, here's the thing. I'm going to be selfish for a minute. Let's just all stay inside, get this thing over with, because my birthday is on a Saturday this year, all right? And I want to do something on my birthday. So please, if this is what it takes so that Tony Tone, your pal, can have a nice birthday in September, stay your butt inside, all right? Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching. I'll see you Friday, March 27th. It'll be my son's 8th birthday. If anything, maybe we'll FaceTime with my son Henry and have him on the show, and Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer. And we'll see. Like I said, I'll try and think through anybody else that we could bring on. Please rewatch the start of the show to learn everything you need to from Director of Public Health for Muscatine. That's Christy Roby Williams, and we thank her for her time. All right, take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.
Watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.